Coming up on Look Today, well, the Saratoga Performing Arts Center is bringing the National Ballet of Cuba to Saratoga Springs. I've got details. And the new manager of the Aviation Mall in Queensbury is looking to create better relationships with downtown businesses. Got those details. Plus, the Lake George Park Commission is building a new visitor center. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program I sit down with Laura Dorado. She's director of the National Museum of Dance in Saratoga Springs, and she's here to talk with us about a new photography exhibit that's opening this Friday, May 11. I also sit down with Whitney Jobman. Now, she's an advocate supervisor for the Southern Adirondack Independent Living, or as we commonly call it, SAIL. And we're joined by Tyler Whitney, who's director of Navigator Services for SAIL. And they're here to talk about the services they provide to the community, as well as their 30th anniversary gala that's coming up May 19 at the Great Escape Lodge. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the Saratoga Performing Arts Center is bringing the National Ballet of Cuba to Saratoga Springs. Now, this is really rare. Will only be one of 4 locations in the United States, and it'll be the only one performed in New York State. Now, they're going to be performing Alicia Alonso's Giselle. The date's June 6 to 8, and it will be on the main stage at SPAC. Well, Elizabeth Sobel, president and CEO of the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, says that the dance troupe is infused with energy, passion, and vigor that is completely unique to Cuba. Well, those who remain enamored with the New York City Ballet need not worry, because that company will be back. Their residency is July 17 to 21. But we spoke to Elizabeth Sobel about the National Ballet of Cuba.
We've got the National Ballet of Cuba coming up on June 6, 7, and 8, and you know, that's not only one of the great companies in the world. We're so lucky to have New York City Ballet, but honestly, the National Ballet of Cuba is also one of the great ballet companies in the world. And they don't come to the U.S. very often because of visa and political issues. This performance is one of only 4 venues in North America that have been given the opportunity to present them. That's
really amazing. All right, now the box office, by the way, opens May 12th. In other news, well, the Aviation Mall in Queensbury has a new manager, James Griffith. Now, under his direction, he hopes to improve relationships between the mall and downtown businesses. Now, very typical of the 70s, when the mall first opened, most of downtown businesses either relocated to there or were driven out. Now, this left many of the storefronts in many towns empty, creating tension for those trying to revitalize downtowns. Well, Griffith is hoping that by working with the Chamber of Commerce and Warren County Tourism, the mall can strike a better tone within the community. Well, we wanted to talk to him about this, so we went up there and about attending the meetings that benefit both these parties.
It helps us to be out there physically in the community. It allows us to be reachable, where in the past it might have seemed like the mall was kind of separated. We were never like that, but we just want to make sure that everybody understands that we are accessible and able to be, I'm the guy that if you want to get in touch with me, I'm right there. You don't have to, fight through any conference calls or any doors, knock down any doors. I'm right there, ready to be there in the public eye.
A refreshing change for sure. Switching from news to weather. How about today? Sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-70s, a light breeze. Oh, let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update on Look TV. Here's the Tuesday night synopsis map. We have high pressure over our area, so we're going to see clear skies throughout the Capital District, mainly clear, 46 degrees. It will feature a south wind of less than 5 miles per hour. Enjoy that wing crescent as you make your way to work heading into your Wednesday morning. 50 degrees at 7 o'clock, 54 at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. We'll have 59 degrees with mainly sunny skies, so a comfortable start. Maybe a light jacket might be necessary, but it won't be needed by the time you get to late in the afternoon hours, as highs will be in the upper 70s with light and variable winds, and will cool down to 49 for Wednesday night, so a jacket may be required, but the rain gear is going to be necessary when we get to Thursday. A new frontal system will arrive in our area, bringing cooler temps and an increased shower threat at 30 to 50% coverage. Here's that partial sunshine heading into the weekend with highs only in the lower 60s. We drop to 48, then back up to about 71, but we'll still need the rain gear as stormy weather chances will be at 50%. That was your weather update on First Look Weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Sponsor. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. All right, back to the news. Well, Lake George Park Commission has plans for a new visitor center featuring displays of colonial-era artifacts. Now, the center will be built on the site of one of the first battles of the French and Indian War. Now, the Lake George Park Commission also plans to replace the agency's headquarters, which is currently a 19th century farmhouse, with a new building. Now, we're in contact with the Lake George Park Commission, and we'll have more for you this Thursday. Up next, I sit down with Laura Dorado. She's director of the National Museum of Dance in Saratoga Springs, and she's here to talk with us about a new photography exhibit that's opening this Friday, May 11. Plus, I also sit down with Whitney Jobin. She's an advocate supervisor for Southern Adirondack Independent Living, commonly referred to as SAIL. And we're joined by Tyler Whitney. He's director of Navigator Services for SAIL. And they're here to talk about the services they provide in the community, as well as their 30th anniversary gala. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Oh, I've got an interesting lookout for tonight. We've partnered up with Preservation Foundation in Saratoga to help them promote the Historic Homes Tour. And as a result of that, they've given us some tickets. I know you love tickets, but how about tickets to the Historic Home Tour? And there's a surprise. But first, let me tell you how to qualify for the Historic Homes Tour tickets. Go to our Facebook page, like us, share us, we'll capture it, and that qualifies you, and we will announce the winner tomorrow. Now, we have a limited number of tickets, only 10 pair. So if you're interested in this really wonderful tour, then you're going to have to get off your you-know-what. Go to Facebook and do that, and we'll capture your name. Now, the treat. We have only 3 pair for the infamous porch party, which happens this Thursday. And anybody will tell you the porch party is a real affair. You got to work a little harder to qualify for these tickets, but if you go to Facebook, you'll see the details there. And good luck to everybody. Tonight on Look TV, brand new Queensbury Town Board meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.